Welcome to the Creating Incident and Health Status Reports lesson. A security incident is in progress, and Solucell must identify the source of the infection and the type of malware. In this lesson, you follow the Solucell team as they respond to a security incident using the reporting feature. The reporting feature enables the SEP administrator to gather the environment's security status. If an anomaly is discovered when reviewing report, you analyze and respond using the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager. After taking action on the incident, configure scheduled reports to respond to new events proactively. The lesson objectives are shown on the slide. This is the Monitoring Critical Data using the Reports page topic. Reports provide a daily or weekly health check of the environment. Use reports to review virus definition distribution, confirm that scans are running and clients are communicating with the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager. Identify security trends, statistics, and provide data to management. A report provides you with a snapshot of the environment. To run reports, you must have View Reports and Manage Groups enabled, with rights set to full access or read-only for at least one group. For more information, see the KB listed on the slide. The SEPM can generate reports that conduct a health check of your environment. Application and device control reports enable you to ensure access to an application is blocked or the device is kept off the network. You review policy information that clients and groups use with audit reports. You analyze the compliance status of your environment, including failed host integrity checks, with compliance reports. Computer status reports allow you to view the operational status of client computers on your network, including whether security features are turned off. You can also review the security status of your network using SEPM reports. Network and host exploit mitigation reports enable you to analyze intrusion events, attacks on the firewall, and traffic flowing through the environment. Use risk reports to review information about risk events on your management servers and clients. You ensure that client computers are running and completing scheduled scans with scan reports. You troubleshoot and resolve system problems with system reports. Here are the types of the tasks that Anthony and Angela can perform to monitor the security status of Solucell's network. Reports are used to obtain a count of detected viruses, security risks, and view details for each computer. This is a great way to determine if there is a specific group of machines generating detections, or if it is a frequent offender that needs manual remediation. Solucell can also monitor client health and make sure protection technologies are enabled. These type of reports display offline clients and suspicious processes running on the network. Anthony and Angela can also analyze the network status of the Solucell environment by reviewing network and host exploit mitigation events. All of this data is used for calculating security statistics to determine if the environment needs an overall health check. Health check indicates reviewing the policy configuration and the Symantec Endpoint Protection clients. This is the Identifying New Incidents Using Quick Reports and Filters topic. Solucell has the following reporting requirements. Angela and Anthony plan to generate weekly and daily status reports to conduct a health check of the clients and servers. Based on what they find in the output, they must identify security statistics and trends to locate frequent offenders. After reviewing the data, Angela and Anthony will work with management to determine ways to improve the security of Solucell's environment. Quick reports are predefined and customizable. These reports include event data collected from your management servers and the client computers that communicate with those servers. Quick reports provide information on events specific to the settings you configure for the report. You save the report settings so that you can run the same report at a later date, or you can print and save the report. Quick reports are static. They provide information unique to the time frame that you specify. Then, for more granular information, review specific events using the logs. This is the Create and Save Filter Settings subtopic. SEPM filter settings are helpful as a log reduction tool. You can use it to establish metrics of what you're looking for and eliminate non-essentials. In the example of Solucell, they are using the SEPM reporting to identify an incident in progress. But you can use reports to conduct a health check of the environment. This can then be used to track trends that relate to viruses, security risks, and attacks. Custom report settings can be saved in a filter, so the report can be generated again at a later date. The name that you specify appears in the Use a Save Filter list box for that type of logs and reports. It is important to note that the saved filter configuration settings are available only for your user account. Other users with reporting privileges do not have access to your saved settings. You can delete any filter settings that you create. When this occurs, the screen will repopulate with the default settings. You can use the filter settings to identify detections by client group. In this example, Solucell is creating a filter for the Hypnos group because they have seen a significant amount of detections from the clients. After the filter is created, they can generate a comprehensive risk report that shows activity specific to the Hypnos group. You choose date and time options to display in the report and log preferences. You also select subnet format to group by and enable the filter settings checkbox. You access preferences on the SEPM homepage. This is the Analyze the Report Details for Incident Response subtopic. Reviewing reports provides you with a timeline of what is happening on your endpoints, so you can respond to new incidents. Use SEPM reports to verify protection technologies are enabled, review new detections, and respond to at-risk or infected computers. When you run the comprehensive risk report, see the table of contents to navigate through the report. You can also print or save the report as an MHTML document for later viewing. In this example, the report is filtered by the Hypnos client group, so that you can quickly see activity related to the client group. The first report in the document is Risk Distribution over Time, which consists of a table that displays the number of virus and security risk detections per unit of time and a relative bar. You can use new risks detected in the network report to identify and track the impact of new risks on your network. The output displays a risk name and category level, when it was first detected, the group, and the machine name. If you see a significant amount of activity for a particular threat, examine the risk logs to ensure SEP is mitigating the threat. New Risks by Source shows you risks detected on your network for a given period. It provides the threat source, the number of detections, and the percentage. Based on the information in the report, you can determine if the output needs further investigation in the logs. You can use the Risk Distribution by Risk Name to track the distribution of risks. You can also use it to pinpoint particular risks and identify potential issues in the environment. An example is if you see a spike in heuristic detections. A spike in heuristic detections is a good indicator that you are dealing with a new threat. The files generating the detections should be sent to Symantec Security Response for review. Use the Risk Distribution by Risk Severity report to determine if the risk is low severity or if the environment is in an outbreak situation. To learn more about how Security Response determines the severity of a threat, see the link listed on the slide. Risk Distribution by Risk Type enables you to understand the types of threats detected by SEP. It can also help in identifying how it may have entered the environment so you can take proactive measures to prevent in the future. An example is if you see a spike in drive-by downloads, which results in ransomware being introduced in the environment. To resolve, make sure all available protection technologies are enabled on the endpoints. Protection technologies include Sonar, IPS, and Insight. You can also download the latest patches and updates to ensure that the threat is not taking advantage of a known vulnerability. You can identify frequent offenders with the Risk Distribution by Computer report. It could be that the system requires a full scan or is repeatedly attacked and needs to be isolated from the network. You can also use this information to determine the potential source of an infection. Risk distribution by server categorizes the detections by all the SEPMs, managing the clients and the most active. You can use this information to review client communication settings and load balance if there are multiple SEPMs in a site. In this example, Solucell generated a comprehensive risk report for the Hypnos group. If there were multiple groups, the report sorts the groups based on the largest number of detections. If there is a group that is generating more detections than others, you can do investigation in the risk logs or see if the virus and spyware policy was recently modified. If your organization manages multiple domains in the SEP database, the comprehensive risk report will list detections for each domain. You can use this to pinpoint issues and do further investigations for a particular SEP domain. Risk distribution by username shows you which logged-in user triggered the detection. Risk distribution by source sorts the detections by scheduled scans, AutoProtect, or Sonar. If you see a large amount of detections from AutoProtect, then it is a good indicator that a full system scan needs to be scheduled in the environment. Distribution of actions taken against risks allows you to review successful and unsuccessful actions. If there are files that are still infected, the endpoints may need further remediation. You can identify web domains that are hosting suspicious content with the Download Risk Distribution report. Based off the information that you find, you can determine if the site needs to be blocked at the firewall level. If it is an internal server hosting content, you can isolate it off the network and do manual remediation. This is the Configuring Scheduled Reports topic. Solucell has the following reporting requirements. Angela and Anthony plan to generate weekly and daily status reports to conduct a health check of the clients and servers. Based on what they find in the output, they will identify security statistics and trends to locate frequent offenders. After reviewing the data, Angela and Anthony will work with management to determine ways to improve the security of Solucell's environment. Scheduled reports are reports that run automatically based on the schedule that you configure. You send scheduled reports to a single recipient or a distribution list, but you must include the email address of at least one recipient. After a report runs, the SEPM emails the report to recipients that you configure as a web page archive, also known as an MHT file. You can open MHT files in Internet Explorer and other browsers. The first report to review is the Administrator Daily Summary Report, which the product installation creates during setup. This report provides virus detection counts, virus definition timeline, top 10 risks and infections. Solucell enabled the report so the SEPM generates output every day. The Executive Summary Report is scheduled to run once a week and shows threat activity in the environment. It provides data from the Daily Summary Report plus top 10 risks and infections, risk distribution by day, computer status, and a protection status snapshot. Executive Summary is helpful for conducting a health check and identifying what areas need further investigation. Solucell will also create a Site Health Status Report, which will run once a day. Site Health Status generates a report that will show whether the SEPMs are on or offline. The report includes memory statistics, disk space usage, and if client computers are communicating and uploading logs to the manager. Before browsing to email, verify that the server properties contains information for the email server. This includes the server address, port number, and user credentials for an account on the mail server. After filling out the email server settings, send a test email to verify that the SEPM is ready to send scheduled reports. For more information on this topic, see the KB listed on the slide. You can also use the Site Health to see the total number of installed clients and get an idea of the logs uploaded to the SEPM. If you see a spike of logs uploaded to the SEPM, this is a good indicator that an incident may be taking place in the environment. This slide summarizes the lesson. For more information about the topics discussed in this lesson, refer to the resources listed on the slide, and remember to frequently check the Symantec support website.